Hi guys, and welcome to the Mother Tressa channel. It's been a while. I've been out of practice. I can't even lie. But I'm coming back. I'm coming back because I know I'm called to be of service in this particular way, whereby I provide suggestions for different outcomes people can come to when they find themselves in a difficult spot. In matters of the heart, in matters of career, in matters of just platonic relationships developed, just anything that can trouble a person in life. I'm here to alleviate whatever pain one might be feeling or whatever fog and disillusionment one might be in. So welcome to the channel. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and please engage. That's one of the reasons why I've taken a step back, because I feel like I've been pouring my heart and my soul into this channel, but people don't really engage. So whenever I profess something that's coming through, that's being channeled through, essentially, I want you guys to let me know if this is something that's personally happening in your life right now, or if an event comes up that I touch on, as energy is fluid, right? And it's not always something that's going to happen in your immediate environment, or like immediately whenever you need to see confirmation or whatever it is that you come to this channel for. But if it does happen within the month, then definitely touch base and let me know in the channel below so that I can, in the comment section below, so that I can start to post the commentary, the testimonials of the people that actually engage with this space and that actually find themselves in better positions because of them interacting with this space, okay? So do that one thing for me. But yeah, subscribe because it's free, and turn that bell notification on if you're the type of person that likes to be made aware as soon as something is uploaded. I know our attention span is kind of spread a little thin, and we tend to just always be on the lookout for, that next episode, that next, video. So for those that like that, make sure you turn the bell notification on, but also share it with other people that might have the same placements as what I touch on in this video. Share it with your friends and family, anybody that might be going through the situation and or circumstance, and like this video as it helps with overall engagement. But let's get into it. Today I'm going to read for the zodiac sign of Cancer. Right now, the Two of Cups and the Hermit card have come out for you guys. I'm not going to take those. Some of you guys are scrutinizing a certain situation, a dynamic that you are currently in. Three of Wands. You're overanalyzing this person's intention, like whether or not they mean you any harm or exactly what purpose they're supposed to serve in your life. It's like you're really nitpicking it right now with this Hermit energy that is wedged in between the Two of Cups and the Three of Wands that popped out. Some of you guys, if you've been in a period of isolation from someone that you had some sort of a bond with this Two of Cups, they may be making their way back to you to apologize. For some people, it's going to be a hard truth that you hear, like the reason why you guys have separated, or the reason why this relationship or this dynamic isn't as fruitful as you maybe anticipated it to be. You don't feel the butterflies that maybe you always read about in fairy tales when it comes to love. If this is a job that at one point you had like some tie to, like when you become, what is that word called? When you become attached and develop a dependency, you love the job because it provides stability, something that is very imperative for a Cancer to have in their life in order to feel safe and secure. You've been working this job because maybe you enjoy the coworkers, but you don't like the work itself. Like you hate what you do, but you love who you're around, type of thing. That can sometimes be the case. And or because you just are so devoted to your craft, whatever it is that you involve yourself with, that your loyalty to the cause it hurts you in the end because you're not really being paid your just due with the role that you're currently in. So it can serve in a lot of different ways as far as energy and the different things that can be happening in your life. But there's a harsh truth that's coming in with this Three of Wands and the Page of Swords that back up this Two of Cups and the Hermit energy. So let's say this is a relationship, right? And you're coming to realize that it's really not of your highest good, or that's what that person came to the realization of, and maybe they just abruptly ended the situation. They can be coming back in, you know, sending you a text message here with this Page of Swords energy, trying to call you. You might have them blocked out of anger, you know, and or wanting to be petty or passive aggressive is kind of what I'm getting with this energy here. So you can have them blocked. So if they have other avenues and ways of getting in contact with you, you might be hearing from them relatively soon here. And they're going to be telling you, well, the reason why I don't want to be in this relationship anymore is because you become so dismissive when I'm trying to confront you about something, and or you aren't fully accountable for the actions and the part that you play in the situation to have me get to the point where I feel like we needed to create some distance, you know? So it can be a harsh truth like that, like, hey, we had to let you go because you're not really passionate about the work that you're doing. And though it might sting and you might feel like, oh, you're being compromised in some way because now you don't know where your next paycheck is coming from, at the end of the day, there is honesty in that, you know, and the fact that you might be working in a field that you don't have a passion for. And for other people to recognize that it's really supposed to light a fire underneath you, for you to take the time to really sit and reflect and be like, okay, what is it that I've always dreamt of doing with my life, and seeing what steps you can take incrementally to get to that place or that point. Or, you know, if you maybe come from money and that's not a concern of yours, or you have some sort of like an inheritance that you can live off of, or a savings that you can live off of, maybe this is just the abrupt ending that you needed in order for you to really be serious about traveling for some of you guys, because the number 3, it corresponds to the 3rd house, which is mercurial in nature. And so Mercury is the planet that rules over those types of engagements like travel, cars, vehicles, rules over communication, writing. Some of you guys, maybe you're in school and you're getting a bad grade, but maybe because you just submitted it haphazardly, like you really didn't put your all into it. Somebody, while reviewing your work, they can kind of see like you could do better than what you're actually putting out right now. So whoever's confronting you potentially about something that has gone awry or that's just been displeasing or distasteful, know that the intention behind it is for you to really see how much power you possess, and to really tap into that power and or to tap into that passion. This may be something that you have to do with somebody. You've been a little bit too coddling here, because you see how this person that is up against the rock is handicapped because they're bound down. So that can be like a codependent relationship or platonic relationship you have with somebody where you have gone above and beyond, you know, always there to save the day. This person's never really had to fall hard on their ass and figure life out. So maybe you guys are going to really implement more of that tough love with that relationship, or setting stricter boundaries and or rules, because that also comes through with Page of Swords and 3 of Wands energy here. Being firm about what it is that you expect out of these dynamics that you willingly participate in, right? Seeing where you were at fault for how reliant some people have become on you, because you guys are very selfless, and you oftentimes feel like you have to be superhero, you know, Wonder Woman, Batman, you know, just saving everybody's day. But are these people actually asking for help, or are you just trying to come in and interrupt potentially a certain process that this person has to go through on their own? Like, I know that you guys don't like to see other people hurting, but at the end of the day, we all have our own fool's journey to go down, you know, and some of these mistakes are actually integral parts of that person's awakening, maybe yours too, right? This can go either way, just depending on who I am reaching out to right now here. So some of these things have to be felt. Some of these things have to be experienced, have to be seen by that person individually in order for the lesson to be learned and for growth to occur. Now at the bottom of the deck, and because of how I shuffled it, there's a lot of cards that are upside down. Is this meant to be? There's no way this whole deck is in reverse. There is no way. Yeah, there's a lot that's in reverse. Here you have the Four of Swords with the World card, Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Eight of Wands. Yep, I'm very much getting that energy of being an enabler to some degree in somebody's life, and or the ways in which you enable yourself to continue to engage in self-deprecating behaviors that keeps you from being able to progress forward, be it self-doubt, be it lack of self-discipline. Say that you guys are really wanting to be consistent in your fitness journey. You'll go for one day and then you'll quit for 9, that type of thing, where you lack discipline, where you're not actually serious about starting your diet plan and or changing your eating habits and or changing your home environment if you feel like it's no longer suitable for you. But at the end of the day, you're making bank because you get to save, depending on like if you're couch surfing or if you're living somewhere and you just have that sort of like monetary arrangement where you get to pocket more than what is being expended right now, but that money's not going towards something that's actually going to alleviate your sense of stress or whatever pressure you may feel, and or lack of security. Some of you guys are going through self-conscious issues. Some of you guys are battling in the court system right now and things aren't going your way, but I feel like it's due to lack of preparation as far as having the legal documents to back the things that you are stating in court, when it comes to you being able to grow your own garden, and or when it comes to you being able to manifest things, and or just feeling abundant, and or just feeling beautiful again. It's because you stopped delving into those self-care practices where you run yourself a bath, where you make sure that you're manicured. If you can't even afford to go to the nail salon to get your nails or toes done, you can at least go to the beauty supply store and get a $1 nail polish and do it yourself. You know, when you don't have all the funds to appropriately do it in the way that maybe you want to, there are still other ways, without necessarily cutting corners, but just that fits within your budget, that you could actually do to still keep you in that energetic field where you're able to attract more things to you, and or just by way in which you converse with other people, how nasty you guys may have been, short-tempered you may have been, how that may be coming back in different ways in your life. It can be like technology malfunctioning, and or it can be with, again, superiors, those that are above you that are being snarky and or that are really scrutinizing you, like have you under a microscope right now. It might be because of the way that you do that with other people. Okay, so just there's a little bit of mirroring going on. Just be a little bit more cognizant that whatever you put out into the world, it comes back tenfold, and or vice versa. So that's what somebody's going to have to learn. But you do have the Fool and the Knight of Swords that is upright after all of those cards in reverse. And so it is an awakening of sorts. It's somebody deciding to come out of that dormancy, right? As we are about to head into spring. And so it's coming out of that dormancy, feeling rejuvenated, feeling enlightened, you know, having bright ideas, very quick on your feet, very solution oriented with that Knight of Swords energy. As far as people coming in, it's new, it's fresh, could be an air sign that you engage with next, or somebody with heavy mercurial placements, Gemini, Virgo, coming in for you to kind of help you see things, to teach you about law of averages, I'm hearing, but to teach you how to be thorough, you know, how to be more deliberate in the things that you do, so that you can see more success in your life overall, right? And the satisfaction that you get from life, the joy that you get from life. So that lesson might come by way of another person, be it again an air sign or an earth placement, Virgo specifically here. But that is what's coming through. So if this reading resonated, definitely give me a thumbs up. Share this again with your friends and family, somebody else that might need to hear this message. Subscribe again if you haven't, and definitely comment in the comment section below. Engage with me so I know what's going on. And again, so that I can post the testimonials so other people can also find their way to this space, those that actually need to hear from me the messages that come through. But if I don't hear from you guys, then please take care of yourself and soul until you hear from me again, okay? Ciao.